What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's your man Evan B, broadcasting live from Crazy Cat's Tattoos. And today I've got a very special unboxing of a brand new blaster. This is the Nerf Rival Khaos. This is a 40 round automatic rival ball blaster. This is not quite on shelves yet, but if you get on BrickSeek and get your DPCI number, maybe you can check and see if your local Target has some in the back room. Mine does, and they're really cool about going back and getting stuff for you. They've always been awesome about it. I tried this weekend to get one of these. Went down to Blue Ash, Ohio, to another Target that BrickSeek said had them, and they did not have them in yet. But I've been because I knew that they were kind of trickling into the area. I've been staying pretty diligent about checking the BrickSeek every day, and sure enough, Target near my work had it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack into this box. It is definitely a large package. We've got an enclosed box, and we can take a look real quick at the outside of the package. I don't see a range claim on the outside. What it's got is a velocity range of 100 FPS, which Jangular has done put this on a chrono, and no luck there. He was getting like mid 80s to mid 90s, so not quite 100 FPS velocity. Supposedly particularly accurate, which we'll do a range test here and check that claim, and that it's fully motorized, so that means we've got a fully automatic blaster. On the back, it's just kind of advertising the rival line, blue and red, and kind of the only thing of real of note that we haven't seen is the Atlas, which my local area there's been none found. So the Atlas is probably the one of these two that I am more excited to see, but I don't know, I've been looking forward to this blaster too. I love the rival line, and certainly it's geared more for adult nerfers, or at least older teenagers. It has a age grouping of like 14 up, rather than like your normal Nerf blasters, which are 8 up. So they're 8 up. All right, so in the package we've got it looks like a bag with 39 balls, because we've got the one that they let all the grubby kids touch, which is sweet because this hasn't sat on the shelf, so nobody's been monkeying around with my ball. But we'll drop that in here until we're ready to load the magazine up. And it looks like we've got a instruction packet here, which is going to tell us how to assemble the blaster, how to put the batteries in, how to load the blaster, all that good stuff. We've got some paper ties, which I've got my trusty Gerber here. So, and this is definitely packaged well. It's got the paper ties, but then it's all been like hot glued into the package. So, see, should be relatively easy to get these out. The knife really gets through the paper ties well. I like that this is a fully boxed blaster, so that you don't have, again, children in the store playing with this before you ever get it home. Ugh. All right, so not too terribly difficult to get into. Inside, we've got this like monster clip, which, if I remember correctly, we've got to press a button here. That's going to flip open the top, and that's going to allow us to load our rounds in. So it looks like these are going to slide down like so. You're going to pour your balls in, and then close it up. Let's see. Pretty sweet. All right, and then the blaster itself, whew, even without batteries, this is heavy and it is big. Pretty comfortable to shoulder. This stock doesn't look like it's going to extend for us. We've got some flip-up iron sights, tactical rail on the top to hold your Nerf Rival accessories. Looks like we've got another small tactical rail at the bottom. So that's going to hold you know, extra ammo storage, that kind of stuff. The Rival line is pretty limited in its available accessories so far. Really nice, big, comfortable handle. Definitely geared towards the larger nerfer, larger adult. So that's I've got no complaints there. That's really, really comfortable for me. Normally, because I'm such a big guy, blasters are a little small when it comes to where to grip it. Over here, we've got the lack of detail on this far side, where you see, like on this side, we've got some kind of black detailing and some nice, some painted of the logo. On the not side, we got nothing. So that's kind of a bummer. It seems like a cop out from the Rival line. But it's something I've definitely come to expect, and you hear it as a common complaint. I'm going to go ahead and pop some batteries in this, and it takes 6 D batteries. So we're going to add the weight of all this to this, and that's going to be pretty ridiculous. But give me just a second. We'll pop it in. All right, guys. So I got it open. So yeah, I got the top part of this open. Basically, there's a screw here on this piece that you have to remove. Then this whole thing will slide back. If I can get it back on here, I'll show you. And then slide back in. So you're going to remove the screw, slide this back. This is going to come off. Put your batterizes in here. Drop that big bad boy back in here, although I think I might have done that upside down. Nope, I got it right. And then this top piece is going to come back down and across. And then we'll pop the screw back in it. With a magazine in, this should rev for us. Alright, magazine release. Let's go ahead and load this up with some balls, see how it works. So we're going to slide all these doolies down into the side. Press the button up here to release the top part of the mag, and that's going to come straight off. I guess you could just leave it hinge, but where's the fun in that? Definitely going to be slow reloading on this. I wonder if they are going to release a mag kit for this where you'll be able to buy more than one magazine. I imagine if they did, it's not going to be cheap. You're looking at least 20, 25 bucks for another magazine, not including what Rival rounds are, which they are expensive. And really this whole setup, the Khaos itself is not an inexpensive blaster. It's MSRPing at $69.99 right now. So by the time you get batteries and all that good stuff, this is quite an investment. So hopefully its performance is going to be worth it. If anything else, I think it's a great blaster for the collection, and certainly with the Rival line being kind of in its infancy. All right, so then we're going to pop these springs back up, and this theoretically should be ready to fire. Gotta be smarter than the blaster. All right, a couple more quick features we want to show. We've got a jam door here, so between the flywheels there, if you have any kind of problems, feeding issues, that's the first place you're going to want to check. We do on this side have a safety lock, which when that is engaged, you're not going to be able to click the rev trigger. But other than that, definitely got some beef to it. So let's go ahead and take it over to kind of a makeshift range and give it a little firing test and see how this performs. All right, so what we've got is a fully loaded Rival Khaos clip. That's 40 rounds of this HIR ammo. I guess it's kind of redundant to say rounds of HIR ammo, considering that HIR stands for high impact round. But that's the blaster again, how it's fully loaded. What we're gonna do is I've got a very wee little Nerf target over there, which is about I would say 25 feet from this countertop, and we're gonna take some shots and see how this is gonna perform. So give me just 1 second. All right, here we go. So at that range, you know, just popping off a couple, it's incredibly accurate. This is one of those few situations where with a Nerf blaster, the iron sights definitely help a little bit. That first shot was a little low. I lined it up with the iron sight, and I could definitely see where the round was going. Now, mind you, that's at, like I said, about a 25-foot range. So as you get out onto the field of battle, I can definitely see some inconsistencies that might happen. But as a whole, this close range, pretty accurate blaster. Hang on just 1 second. I'm going to up the target a little bit. All right, I have my lovely assistant, Dan, from the tattoo shop. Say hi to everybody, Dan. Dan's going to be a physical target here. How'd that feel, Dan?
Not bad.
Not too bad. All right, fair is fair. I'm gonna let him get me now. It's the same spot. All right, guys, so there you go. That is the Rival Khaos in action. As a whole, I like the blaster. I don't know. I think as far as like a recommendation to purchase, if you do not have the means to be spending you know, $70 on a blaster, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one right off the rip. Although for an adult Nerfer, this is truly a sweet primary. I imagine that we're going to see some pretty awesome modifications coming in the next few weeks, next few months on these. But there was definitely some notable issues with it. I will say that getting the clip into the blaster is kind of a pain. I have you know, practiced it a little bit, so it's a little smoother for me, but even still, it's a little difficult to get it in there. So you know, that's one thing. The other is these are extremely slow to reload, and so that's going to be an issue where we need to see, if we don't see these clips being sold by themselves, it essentially renders this blaster useless as far as wars. You may see some people, you know, modifying up something to expand their ammo capacity, and certainly you've got the you know, your out of darts kind of thing, which I think once out of darts gets his hands on this blaster, that's going to be hilarious what he comes up with. But as a whole, for us, you know, normal peons, this, you know, 40 rounds is awesome, but once you're through your 40 rounds, then you're kind of screwed as far as, you know, hey, time out, guys, I need to take 20 minutes to reload this thing and chase down all my high impact rounds, which are crazy expensive and are basically like little rubber bouncy balls. Once you know, here in the shop where, you know, we've got laminate floors and they just bounce all over the place. So we'll probably spend the next half an hour trying to find all 40 of these balls. But as a whole, I like this blaster. This is definitely a sweet addition to my Nerf collection. Go Team Red. The lady had 4 of them back there, and I definitely had my option to get a red or blue one. And so I love the stylings of the red blasters. That's pretty inconsequential. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Come check us out at the Facebook group. It's Evan B. Nerf at facebook.com/groups/Evan B. Nerf. Give us a like, a subscribe, a share, all that good stuff. If you like this videos, go check out some of my other ones. We do unboxings, reviews, thrifting videos, gifting stuff, a little bit of everything. There's some NVZ road trip documentaries, so on and on and on. The list goes on. Thank you so much for watching. This is Evan B saying peace and hair grease. Be nice to one another. Be young, have fun, smash racism, don't get any on ya, and do.